Chapter number 1, Sources of History. Children, we are going to start with this chapter. Children, open to your textbook page number 1. So let's begin with the first chapter in history, that is Sources of History. Sources means nothing but the means from which we get information about history. So, we have studied ancient Indian history last year in the 6th standard. This year, we are going to study the medieval period of Indian history. Broadly, the period from the 9th century CE till the end of the 18th century CE is considered to be the medieval period of Indian history. In this lesson, we are going to study the sources from which we get information about the medieval history. History gives us chronological, scientific and systematic account of past events. This means that it gives us the perfect, concise information about the event that has taken place. When we are talking about history, there are 4 major factors very important from the viewpoint of history. They are individual. So when we are talking about history, we should know of whom we are talking. For example, if we are talking about a king, so it's an individual. Society. How was the society during that time? Place. Where has the action or the event has taken place? And the time. At what time, during what time the event has taken place. So these 4 factors are very important. History must be based on authentic evidence or proof. These proofs are known as the sources of history. Now let us classify these sources into material sources, written sources and oral sources. To learn more about them, let us also evaluate the sources of history. We have to consider many factors related to historical events that we want to study. It is necessary to support our study with historical sources. These sources have to be verified. We have to see whether they are authentic or relevant. It is necessary to use these sources judiciously and only after a critical analysis. So when we are talking about some sources, we have to confront that whether the source is really true or whether we have to verify whether it is relevant to the point or not. So let us move to sources. Forts. We all know about forts. Forts have an important place among the material source. Some major types of forts are hill forts, forest forts, sea forts and forts on the plains. Material sources also includes monuments. Monuments means samadhis, graves, virgala, and it also includes buildings. What are buildings or what type of buildings? Buildings include palaces, ministerial mansions, queen's quarters, which is also called as Rani Vasa, and also houses of the common people during the ancient time. So this gives us information about the ancient time. Now all these are called as the material sources. Let us again recall, material sources are also called as physical sources which are physically present on the land. It includes memorials, buildings, cave sculptures, inscriptions, coins, copper plates, forts, etc. They all provide insights about that period, the period of ancient history. And looking at them, we come to know about the development of architecture, the economic conditions of that time, the quality of art, style of building construction, and people's standard of living in that particular year or particular period. Now we are talking about the medieval period. So it tells us everything about the medieval period. Children, can you tell me how do coins narrate history? So when we are looking at the coins, what do we come to know? The ancient kings used to mint the coins. So from looking at the coins, we come to know that how prosperous the king was. If the coin is of gold and if the coin is of silver, which king would be more wealthy? Can you tell? Yes, the king with the gold coin. So like this, coins also narrate history. Let's learn. Since ancient times, coins like kavdi, damdi, dhela, pai, paisa and rupee were used. Some local idioms or proverbs are also based on the coins. For example, it is said, एक फुटकी कवड़ी देना नहीं. Here, futki kavdi means the lowest bid of money. Second proverb, 16 आना सच, which means 100% true. So these proverbs were used during that time, and these were the ancient coins which were used during the ancient or medieval India. The coins made by different rulers using metals like gold, silver, copper are important sources of history. From these coins, we learn about the rulers, their period, the governance, religious ideas, personal details, etc. We also learn about financial transactions and economic conditions prevailing at that time. We also see how far metrology had advanced in that period. From the images of Ram Sita on the coins of Emperor Akbar or Shiva Parvati on the coins of Hyder Ali, we see the religious coordination of those days. The Peshwas used the Arabic or Persian language on the coins. Here you can see the language on the coin. Here first a Peshwa coin is seen, so you can see the difference between the two coins. These throw light on the use of language in that period. Now inscription. What is an inscription? Inscription is a carving or carving on a stone or a wall, etc. For the inscription, for example, the inscription found in the Brihadishwara temple premises in Tanjavur. Many inscriptions of the period of Chalukya, Rashtrakuta, Chola and Yadava kings have been found. And stone inscription is considered to be very important and reliable source of history. It helps us to understand features like the language, the script during that time, the social life of the period. Inscription carved on sheets of copper plates are known as copper plates. So you can see here copper plate. So various inscriptions are written. Royal edicts, verdicts, etc. are inscribed on these copper plates. Do you know chaityas, viharas, temples, churches, mosques, agyaras, durgas, mukabbars, gurudwaras, monuments, sculptures, wells, minarets, village boundaries and gates, weapons, utensils, ornaments, clothes, decorative articles, toys, implements, musical instruments are all material sources of history. So these are all the sources from which we come to know about ancient India or ancient period. We get information and we gather information about the ancient history or ancient India. So today we have learned about which sources? The material sources of history. In the next class we shall continue with the chapter.